For centuries, we viewed sleep as a simple state of passive rest, a period where the body and brain shut down to conserve energy. We imagined it as a biological off switch, a nightly lapse into unconsciousness that served little purpose beyond waiting for the sun to rise. However, modern science has completely overturned this ancient misconception. Far from being a dormant state, your brain is incredibly active during sleep. It performs a host of complex and vital tasks that are absolutely essential for your physical health, mental well-being, and cognitive abilities. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a non-negotiable biological necessity for our survival and daily function. Think of your brain during sleep as a dedicated night shift crew, working diligently while you are blissfully unaware. This team is responsible for critical maintenance that cannot be done during the busy waking hours. It's like a bustling city that only undergoes its deep cleaning and infrastructure repairs after midnight. During this time, your brain is sorting through the day's experiences, filing important memories, and discarding irrelevant information. It is also flushing out toxic metabolic byproducts that accumulate while you are awake, a process now understood to be crucial for preventing neurological diseases later in life. This nightly housekeeping is fundamental to waking up feeling refreshed and clear-headed. This active state is orchestrated by a beautiful, predictable rhythm. Throughout the night, your brain doesn't just stay in one gear. It cycles through different stages, each with a unique purpose and a distinct electrical signature. These electrical patterns, known as brainwaves, tell a fascinating story about the work being done. Scientists can measure these waves using an electroencephalogram, or EEG, revealing a dynamic landscape of activity that shifts from the slow, powerful waves of deep sleep to the fast, chaotic bursts of dream sleep. Understanding this nightly journey is the first step toward appreciating the profound power of a full night's rest. So the next time you lay your head on the pillow, remember that you are not simply powering down. You are initiating one of the most important and active biological processes you will perform all day. You are entrusting your brain to consolidate your learning, heal your body, and recalibrate your emotional circuits. This perspective transforms sleep from a passive obligation into an active investment in your future self. It is a powerful nightly therapy session that you give yourself for free, and its benefits are far too significant to ignore or shortchange in our fast-paced modern world. Your journey into sleep follows a structured path, often described as a staircase that you descend multiple times throughout the night. This journey is known as the sleep cycle, and it is primarily composed of non-rapid eye movement, or NREM sleep, which is broken down into three main stages. The first stage, N1, is the very light, drowsy sleep that you experience as you first drift off. Your muscles begin to relax, and your brainwaves slow down from their alert, active state into what are known as alpha and theta waves. This is a fragile stage. You can be easily awakened, and you might even experience a sudden muscle twitch, called a hypnic jerk, that jolts you back to consciousness. After a few minutes in N1, you descend further to stage N2. This is considered the first true stage of sleep, and you will spend about half of your total sleep time here. Your heart rate and body temperature continue to drop, and your brainwaves become even slower. However, the EEG signature of N2 is punctuated by fascinating bursts of rapid brain activity called sleep spindles and K-complexes. Scientists believe these bursts are critical for memory consolidation, acting like a save button for new information learned during the day. They also help protect you from being woken by minor external stimuli, allowing you to stay asleep. From N2, you spiral down into the deepest and most restorative stage of all, N3, also known as deep sleep or slow wave sleep. Here, your brain produces very slow, high-amplitude delta waves. During N3, you are hardest to awaken. If someone were to wake you from this stage, you would feel groggy and disoriented for several minutes. This is because your brain is profoundly disengaged from the outside world, focusing instead on its most critical internal maintenance. Deep sleep is when your body does most of its physical repair work, such as releasing growth hormone to heal tissues, building bone and muscle, and bolstering your immune system. Each full sleep cycle, which includes these NREM stages followed by a dream stage, lasts approximately 90 minutes. You will typically complete 4 to 6 of these cycles per night. What's crucial to understand is that the composition of each cycle changes as the night progresses. The early cycles are dominated by long periods of deep N3 sleep, prioritizing physical restoration. As the night wears on, the time spent in deep sleep decreases, making way for longer periods of another critical stage. This elegant structure ensures that your body and brain receive a balanced diet of different types of sleep, each essential for you to wake up feeling whole. After climbing down the neuron staircase into deep rest, your brain does something remarkable. It climbs all the way back up and enters a stage that is, in many ways, the polar opposite of deep sleep. This is rapid eye movement, or REM, sleep, the stage where most of your vivid, narrative-based dreaming occurs. If you were to look at a person in REM sleep, you would see their eyes darting back and forth beneath their closed eyelids, a sign of the intense neurological activity within. In fact, an EEG of a brain in REM sleep shows fast, low-amplitude brainwaves that look almost identical to the brainwaves of someone who is wide awake and alert. This paradoxical state, an active, awake-like brain inside a paralyzed body, is why REM sleep is often called paradoxical sleep. While your brain is firing on all cylinders, your body is essentially immobilized. A clever mechanism in your brainstem sends signals to your spinal cord to inhibit your voluntary muscles, preventing you from physically acting out your dreams. This temporary paralysis is a protective measure, ensuring you don't leap out of bed while dreaming of flying or fighting a dragon. It creates a safe virtual reality theater where your mind can process complex emotional and social experiences without physical consequence. The function of REM sleep is profoundly important for your mental and emotional health. It serves as a form of overnight therapy. During this stage, your brain strips away the emotional charge, the anxiety, fear, or stress from difficult memories, allowing you to process experiences without the raw pain. This is why a good night's sleep can truly help you see a problem in a new light the next morning. Furthermore, REM sleep is a playground for creativity. It forges novel connections between unrelated ideas, helping you solve problems and generate innovative insights. It is the engine of our creative and emotional intelligence. Just as deep sleep dominates the early part of the night, REM sleep stages become progressively longer and more intense as morning approaches. The majority of your REM sleep occurs in the final third of your night. This is why cutting your sleep short, even by an hour, can disproportionately rob you of this critical dream sleep. Losing REM sleep can impair your emotional regulation, making you more irritable and anxious the next day. It also hinders your ability to learn complex skills. Both deep and REM sleep are essential. They are two sides of the same coin, working in tandem to restore your mind and body. Understanding your sleep cycles is not just an academic exercise. It empowers you to make practical changes that can dramatically improve your sleep quality. The key is to work with your natural rhythms, not against them. One of the most powerful strategies is to maintain a consistent sleep-wake schedule, even on weekends. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day helps to anchor your circadian rhythm, the internal 24-hour clock that governs your sleep-wake cycle. This consistency makes it easier for your brain to anticipate when to release sleep-inducing hormones like melatonin and when to prepare for wakefulness. Another simple tip is to pay attention to timing. Since each sleep cycle lasts about 90 minutes, you can try to time your wake-up call to coincide with the end of a cycle, waking up from light N1 or N2. Sleep feels far more refreshing than being jolted awake from deep N3 sleep. If you have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning, for example, you might aim to fall asleep around 11 at night, allowing for 5 full 90-minute cycles. Many sleep tracking apps and wearables can help you monitor your cycles and provide a smart alarm that gently wakes you during a light sleep phase, making your morning rise much smoother. Creating a power-down routine is also essential for signaling to your brain that it's time to begin the sleep journey. An hour before bed, dim the lights and avoid stimulating screens. The blue light emitted from phones, tablets, and computers is particularly disruptive, as it suppresses melatonin production and tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Instead, engage in relaxing activities like reading a physical book, taking a warm bath, listening to calm music, or practicing gentle stretches. This buffer period helps you transition gracefully from the activity of the day to the restorative quiet of the night. Ultimately, protecting your sleep cycles is one of the most effective things you can do for your long-term health. When these cycles are consistently fragmented or cut short, it can lead to a host of problems, from daytime fatigue and poor concentration to an increased risk of chronic conditions. By prioritizing a full night of structured cyclical sleep, you are investing in your memory, your emotional stability, and your physical resilience. Cherish your sleep. It is not lost time, but rather the single most effective thing you can do each day to reset your brain and body, ensuring you are ready for whatever challenges and opportunities the next day brings.